Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we actually have something new. We're going to do pictures. So I'm going to do a recap video for you guys. If you know, I have a Houston Rockets daily channel where I usually cover recaps, previews, all that stuff. But like my videos literally right now are getting below 100 views. So I just want to kind of post as much Rockets content as I can and just kind of see what happens. So we have pictures in the background. I'm so curious to hear what you guys like more, like pictures, old clips, new clips, maybe a combination of both. But let's just get right into it. I feel like the Houston Rockets are being, and I know Swaggy made a video yesterday, and I think it was actually something very similar. I think Swaggy was talking about the Houston Rockets being disrespected or something like that. And I think I'm actually in the video. Sorry, Swaggy, I haven't watched that video yet, but I feel like this video is actually probably very similar. I think the Houston Rockets are just, I feel like they're getting super discredited. Looking at this Houston Rockets team, especially looking at the starters, like, I'm so proud of so many of these dudes. I know I'm not really, like, they don't give a fuck if I'm proud of them. None of that stuff matters, but I don't really care because I mean, this Houston Rockets season, this is the first season I've covered the Houston Rockets. This is the second season I've consistently watched most Houston Rockets. I mean, honestly, pretty much the first full season where I've watched most Rockets games that are playing. I live stream for them, all that type of stuff. And I see this team and I see the 15-45 record and it just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense to me. It's because of nights like last night where you play a red-hot Los Angeles Clippers team. You play an extremely talented Los Angeles Clippers team. And you're without KPJ, you're without Sterling, you're without so many players. Eric Gordon's been out for a minute. Daniel House made his return. But this season has been so weird. James Harden gets traded. We get a new coach. Russell Westbrook gets traded. PJ Tucker gets traded. Victor Oladipo gets traded. Like, there will probably not ever be a season like this so memorable, but in a bad way, for the Houston Rockets as an organization for the near future, for at least the next 20 years. I mean, this is something that is so crazy. This whole season has been so crazy. And then you throw in a global pandemic and it's insult to injury. So I'm so proud of these guys on the Houston Rockets, and specifically the starters from the players from day one. It's a lot of the starters we have right now, like John Wall. I mean, especially last night, man. I mean, he wasn't on 100%, especially from the field. He did not shoot that great. He still put up 27 points and 13 assists. Christian Wood, not a good shooting night for him one bit. 24 points, 19 rebounds. Jae'Sean Tate, not a good shooting night for him at all. 8 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 steals. I know that's not too crazy on the box score, but his impact in the game was much more prevalent. I'm so proud of those 3 guys specifically. And then obviously just everybody in the entire season for just continuously fighting. Like Daniel House, KJ, Sterling Brown, David Nwaba, even Anthony Lamb, but Eric Gordon, KPJ even. These guys have been pushing. And then obviously the more notables like KPJ, like DJ Augustine, like DJ Wilson, like Kelly Olynyk, they've come into this culture, they've come into this system and just fully accepted it, fully adapted to it, trying their best and really just doing an incredible job. I mean, Kelly Olynyk last night, another night where he's just putting on a clinic. He hops out of Civic and just puts on a fucking clinic every night. It's unbelievable. 23 points, 10 rebounds, extremely efficient shooting, 8 of 13, 2 of 6 from deep, 4 steals. I mean, Kelly Olynyk, I keep getting comments about it. And I actually got a comment, my last comment on my video, I'm going to go read it. It's from Stephen Warren. It's crazy how fast we switched up Olynyk. A lot of us were pissed for the Harden LeVert Depot trade. But Olynyk's been looking nice. I'm glad he's here now. And it's just, I mean, Steven pretty much gets it, the nail on the coffin or nail on the head, whatever the hell it is, like right there, because it's You can go back and look at the trade. You can go back and look at the live stream trade. You can go back and look at the live reaction videos. I was not thrilled one bit because it was like, why the fuck did we just get Kelly Olynyk? What are we doing? Why did we get Kelly Olynyk? And it made no sense. It made absolutely no sense. And the Avery Bradley, you just throw in Avery Bradley into, and it's like, well, what the hell are we doing? And then Kelly Olynyk comes to Houston and is averaging like 19 points and 8 rebounds, and you're like, oh, I see now. Kelly Olynyk isn't good enough to win basketball games on his own, but he's having a good season. He's never really had a proper opportunity like this to get 34, 32 minutes a night, 30 minutes a night. Man, I really want to re-sign Kelly Olynyk, but that was just kind of the point of today's video. Was I feel bad for, like, honestly, just everybody in the Houston Rockets organization. I mean, we talk about Coach Steven Silas a lot and how he's gotten the wrong end of the stick, and it's really unfortunate for everybody on the Houston Rockets, everybody traded to the Houston Rockets. But I gotta say, this new culture, this new identity that we're forming right now, that team that, like, there's talent and then there isn't. There's star power, and then there's, a bunch of other stuff, but they don't quit. Like, there is just no quit in this team whatsoever. After last night, it was 37-36. The Rockets shot 31% from three. They got out-rebounded. I mean, they shouldn't have even been close, but they clamped up the Clippers in the third, held them to 11 points, and this was a game in the fourth quarter, but unfortunately, offensively, the Rockets just couldn't keep up. And it was right at the tail end of the game, too, was when they kind of lost the game. So I'm so proud of this Houston Rockets team. I feel like they're just, getting an unfair narrative being built around this Rockets team. And a lot of it has to do with, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I don't feel like anybody talks about the Houston Rockets, and when they do, it's almost always in a negative way. Like, should they have traded Russell Westbrook? Should they have traded James Harden? Should they have traded Karis LeVert? Should they have kept Depot? It's all these what ifs, not, hey, look at what's going on in Houston. They made some questionable trades all season. All of them have panned out relatively well. They have all this draft picks. They have all this money. Like, now what? Why is no one talking about Houston, right? So, hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you did, and I will see you guys later.